All right, we are rolling. I feel like I say that at the beginning of every show, but we but we are rolling. Welcome to episode 8. I am with my good guy, my right hand man, Ben Klein. What's going on, man?
How's it going? I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. We act like we we didn't talk behind the scenes.
We could have had basically a podcast right before we recorded.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's always like that behind the scenes. You have like these great conversations, and you're just like, "Yo, hold on. We're just gonna save it for the pod." You know what I mean? What's
For
going on, man? You
sure.
doing good?
I'm doing pretty well, you
It's
know?
it's definitely been a while.
Yeah, I think last time probably, it's been a couple years since I probably like seen you in person. I think it was
I
like the Y, I think was where, or maybe Edge.
No, it might have been the Edge, that picture I
Yeah.
posted of you spotting me. I think that was probably the last time we really like we communicated over like Instagram and
Yeah, we send
Snapchat and
memes and
stuff.
stuff all the time.
And then I had this like great plan of us doing like this music show,
Yeah,
right?
yep, yep.
I mean, that could still definitely be in the works, to be honest. You know,
Yeah, for
we could probably
sure.
still make that happen.
One step at a time. I was gonna say this first, and then if it works, it works. I'm more than happy to come again.
Right, right. So, like I said, man, welcome to episode 8. I'm happy to have you on here, and I actually, since you're pretty big into the gym, obviously. So I really wanted to sit down with you. I think next week I'm gonna have a few other people kind of
Yeah.
chime in on what we're gonna talk about today, and that's pretty much the fitness industry. And then we're gonna get into like some other stuff as well. But since you being so big into fitness, how long have you been into fitness for?
Oh gosh. I mean, where to start? I think I'll go all the way back to high school, go down memory
Mm.
lane.
And
So
then what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 15. I was older, so I think 19 when I
You
graduated. So
graduated in 2015?
yeah, yeah.
Damn, bro, I feel so old, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
2010.
when you and I first met too, I thought we were the same age and like you already had a kid and everything, and I'm like, what?
I don't think no. When we first met, I don't think
I
I
thought
had a
you had
kid.
your first, I thought. I thought at least she was like, or he or she was just
Nah,
born.
because my oldest is about to be 3, and I think I've known you
Oh, you're right. You're
before.
right.
Yeah.
I do recall you having one on the way, though. I remember. I
Okay.
think that was something. But when we first met, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
COVID has like threw my whole
Yeah.
memory off because like those past 2 years, like
It was like shut down. The world
yeah,
was pretty much
yeah,
shut down. So the past, like the COVID years, it did not exist. We didn't have a life in a
it was
sense.
like 2019. Forget everything. 22. Oh, we're back.
Yeah. From 2019 to
Yeah.
like 2021, I felt as if it was a blur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
For
even had to
sure.
start my own gym in my house. Actually, at that time, I was in an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and I said I had a whole gym set up in my living room. So
I remember seeing the evolution of that where you would have
yeah,
like your apartment. Now it's like a huge like setup. You gotta invite me over sometime. You only live like 10, 15 minutes away. So
I
I got
know.
something too, but it's not as elaborate as yours.
Yeah.
But but anyway, so
Yeah.
high school, I was overweight. I was like probably 260,
Mm.
pre-diabetic. I decided one day I was like, look, this can't be it. I think that was probably along the lines of when I got like the pre-diabetic diagnosis. You do blood work, like, oh shit, shit's wrong, right? Well, when you're 19 at 260 or just any age, I feel like at that age, it's not healthy.
Right.
And so I decided to hit the gym. I think it kind of was almost like for me, it was just like one day I just snapped and I just started. I think I was doing like hammer curls in my basement. I think my dad got me.
You always got to
Uh,
start off with arm day, right?
yeah, exactly.
Front
Every day is an
legs.
arm day, right? I think my father got me like some weight set like I never used. He just I was like one of those things where free on the
Yeah.
side of the road, picked it up.
Right.
Yeah, man, my son will like it. So started using it. Probably horrible form. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing it. Over time it evolved, from just the lifting and the working out to then, monitoring my diet. I even got to the point where I would start tracking. I don't do that anymore. That's too much. I can't. I mean, I'll eyeball it. If
Yeah.
I waited so much, I can just look at it like,
Right.
that's about a couple hours. That's whatever, 6 ounces.
Right. You just become
Yeah.
immune to it. Like you know.
Exactly. It just becomes part of like who you are. It's habitual.
Like it's the lifestyle, bro.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
And then I think I lost. I went from 260 to 160 in about a little over a year. I mean, that I will say probably was not the healthiest way to go about it, I feel like. But then I started, and then I was like a stick. And now I'm like, I need to put on some muscle, right? Because now people are like, oh, you look good, you lost weight. But then the people that don't know you, that are meeting you, now you're just like skinny to them. So now I'm like, it's a mind fuck,
Like, yo, you don't know what I've been through.
Exactly. It's like, this is what I used to look like. Come on now, right?
Right.
And then, I just started now being more regimented. Like then you start having, your designated, days with, chest day, back day, legs, whatever. Never neglect legs, but you know that already.
I know that. But, even though my legs don't grow, I know
you're
that.
strong, man. I've seen what you can do. I mean, what's his name? What's that guy? Remember Tony? He was at the Y too.
Tony.
He competed recently in the OCB in bodybuilding. This guy, like, he can squat like 405 for a couple reps, but he has no legs. I don't know how, and he does a good form, like ass to grass. And I'm like,
was he there when?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah,
YMCA, right?
Yeah, he had 2 kids. He's now remarried to another woman. I think he was in the middle of getting separate at the time. I mean, he's doing great though. I mean, he's still working. I think some type
Maybe if I saw a picture, I'd be like,
yeah, I think you probably follow him on Instagram too, to be honest.
Probably.
I was gonna say, speaking of my Instagram's Real Ben Klein. I don't know if they can see that in the corner. Just wanted to throw that.
I'll put it in the description.
Oh, I appreciate
this video.
That,
yeah. I put all your links down in the description.
Thank you.
After this video.
Thank you. I'll tag you on it when I share it on my Instagram too. But yeah, I mean, I'll be 28 next month. So
right.
My golden birthday, April 28th. But so it'll be, probably almost a decade probably of just being consistent. I would say though, being like serious in the standpoint of actually having like a regimen.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 years, give or take. I mean, so even then it's all, it's rinse, wash, repeat, it's all, I think the best way I could put it is your body is like a science project in the standpoint that once you think you figure something else out, something else comes up, and then and then next it's diet, maybe it's your form, maybe it's something else. You have to it's
always something, bro.
Rinse, wash, repeat. Exactly. So I mean, it's just I like it because it's a never ending cycle of learning something new, and stuff that might have worked for you 10 years ago is not going to work now. And I think it's just it's just part of life.
I used to listen. I remember I used to support McDonald's to the fullest. I always
did.
McDonald's give you abs. I would always be at McDonald's. My number one go-to was the hotcakes. I swear, my number one go-to was the hotcakes. Then I'll go back around lunchtime, and then I'll get like a Big Mac. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, yo, it gives you abs. To be honest, I can't.
You still had a 6-pack. I still don't. I was always like, where the fuck do you put it? Like
I did, but I can't do that anymore. I wear differently now. I can't do the same things I was doing 8 years ago. I can't do it now because it catches up to me, and I hold the weight opposed to getting rid of it. It's weird. And just like you mentioned, I mean, rinse, wash, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, whatever you said. It's
same.
You learn something new every single. I want to say like every single year. I feel like something changes.
Oh, for sure. Even just looking online, I mean, I think it's very oversaturated with all the knowledge. But even if you whittle it down to like, the guys that I like to listen to, like Mike Isertel, love him. He's like I think he used to teach at Temple University. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this guy, brilliant guy.
Close to home.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, he's probably like, I think in his late 30s, early 40s, but he like knows his shit. Not only that, but like, he works with guys, like, he's
Right.
very fit, but he has the knowledge too, from the educational background,
Right.
like him, Jeff Nippard, he's really good.
He's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I was gonna say, you know him. If you like Jeff, you'll like Mike Iserton because they're very
Okay.
similar in the sense that they
Yeah.
have a lot of science based.
Yeah. He's
I
very
think
Jeff Nippert is very scientific with his
Yes.
with his stuff.
His
He's
videos can
very good.
sometimes be drawn out though, just because there's so much information. But
Yeah.
I like that if I'm
He gives you
interested.
visuals,
Mhm, mhm,
opposed of
mhm.
just saying it. He'll say it, but then give you an actual visual of it,
Oh yeah.
which is very helpful. And hang on, before we
Yeah.
can continue, I actually wanted to get into that situation. I didn't want to get into it like that this early, but I mean, we could get into it because you mentioned Jeff Nippard, and the content that he puts out is very helpful. Opposed to, how do you feel about the information that we're getting nowadays with fitness
Yeah.
influencers, the younger generation, um, them just kind of, I guess you could say, chasing the bag. If you know what I mean, they
I
just
know the clout chaser, whatever
because I
Gen Z millennial quote. I
right
guess we're technically millennials, but yeah.
right because I feel like, for me, I feel as if people are getting into fitness not only because I feel like it's more of the trend. You know what I mean? Opposed to
It's
doing it because
external.
you love it.
It's coming from. It's not. I feel like it's not gen. Like for me, when I started, TikTok wasn't around. I feel so
No,
old saying that, dude. Like,
it
we're, we're
wasn't.
we're older than Google, if that helps.
Yeah.
That doesn't really. But I mean, like, yeah, I think that's a really good point. Because I think, like I was saying, earlier, it's such a saturated of so much information. How do you know what is real and what's bullshit? And
Right.
at the same time, there are plenty of guys with their PhDs within those fields that also don't know shit. I mean, I'll give
Of
you an
course.
example. More plates, more dates.
Yeah.
He is. I think he is probably one of the best when it comes to like the steroid use and whatnot, and the pharmacology behind it.
Right.
There's people that I go to my doctor and he actually asked me, for information on it, and I send them like the studies that the more plates, more dates guys shows in. But the problem is, it's like if I just show the guy for more plates, more dates, like who the fuck is this guy? Like this is just some 20-year-old. But the thing is, like he knows his shit more than
Right.
most doctors. And I think it's a problem because you have a lot of young guys, listening to a lot of these other older but still younger guys that are still doing the same thing. And I think it's great. Like I was saying when we were chatting earlier before, that more and more people are going to the gym and working out. I think it's awesome. I love
Right.
it. But I think the reasoning behind it is not genuine.
Hmm.
I think over time, what's going to happen is it's eventually going to die off the trend. But I think the
Eventually,
people
yes.
that stick around, even though it might have started as a trend, are
Yeah.
going to stay. Remember, everyone has different reasons for working out. Like I have friends who it was girlfriends. Like for me, it
Right.
was just I want to look better. And to be honest, being 19, I didn't give two shits about my health. Like, yeah, the diabetic part. The only reason why that was like a wake up call is because that runs in my family, and I've had family members who have that, and I understand, like what they go through.
Yeah.
I mean, I unfortunately, in that scenario, I had that reality, and so I did not want to go like that.
Right.
But not many people have that, which is a good thing. But so they go from a standpoint like, oh, Chris Bumstead is, he's working out, looking great, and now I can do it. It's but this guy's doing it professionally. It's
Right.
not every you have Tom Brady behind. You could be a great quarterback, but not trying to break anybody's hopes. But not everyone's going to be Tom Brady. Not everyone's going to go
No.
to the NFL.
No.
And the ones that do, they don't even last as long.
Right.
He's an anomaly.
Right.
I think like I was saying before, I made this joke. I have a friend who's gonna go in the medical sales, so for medical devices, and I said, I bet you in about 10 years, when all these kids, they're 15, 16 now, and you see them doing deadlifts and squats, and I've gone up to them, I'm polite about it. I was like, hey, I would recommend lighting weight, blah, 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 because they're arching their back, they're turtling.
Yeah.
And if I tell them that's fine, if they want to use that advice or not, that's on them. At least for me, in the standpoint, I feel like at least I did something that could have helped. And if they don't want it, I'm not going to force it. But over time, I can guarantee you, give it 10 years, there's going to be such an increase in back surgeries and spinal fusions. I'm like, dude, get in it now, and then you can start selling more of the spinal fusing devices. But it's going to be sad because these guys are going to be like 25 or 30 at the time, and that's not normal to do that at that age.
You're talking about this, and then just so I'm correct, and you're talking about the standpoint of people just because it's the trend, they just want to do something for TikTok or do something for social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be. Is that the standpoint you're okay? Gotcha.
I think it's that, but I also think like they're getting information from places that are also getting their information. It's just a big like the game telephone, usually with the first thing that's said is not necessarily going to be the same thing at the end. It's the same thing with workout advice and the internet. Someone could have gotten it from a great source, but then over time they try to reinvent that information, and then eventually it just becomes hogwash.
Yeah.
I mean, you
said. Go ahead.
I think it's just something needs to change in order for that to progress to be better, and to people actually go there to be healthy, fit, feel, and not only just look good but feel good. More importantly,
because I remember when I started, and I would say just like you, starting and taking it serious is like two different things. Because I can say I started 10 years ago, you know what I mean? But as far as like taking it serious to where I want to get a 600-pound deadlift, I want to bench 405, I want to squat 500 and whatever pounds, I would say I started taking it serious and around that. I want to say probably around the same time. I remember you would come to the YMCA and I would be lifting with DJ.
You were probably doing that. I remember you were training for your first competition because I remember you and
that was 2019.
Who was the Indian guy that you would work out
DJ.
with? DJ, and then who was the other guy? The white kid. He was in college at the time. Skittles, yeah, Skittles. Yeah, so I remember you, Skittles, and DJ would have like that deadlift, kind of like it was a competition between you guys, and then you guys were like, you know what? We should compete, might as well. And I loved that camaraderie, and you guys just love like watching that. You guys are like, oh, I could get 5 more pounds or whatever, but like you guys are like, I think that was great, and I definitely think that benefited you guys over time. And I think that I remember that was like probably the pinnacle of when you probably were starting to actually like be serious about it.
I want to say it was because I felt as if around that time, that's when I was like, you want to know what? I already knew the human body, what you can do to the human body, how you can transform it, how you can go to the gym, you can lift, you can get stronger. So I already knew all that.
Yeah.
But it was just a matter of time before I was like, hold on, if I could deadlift 405, if I could deadlift, 435, if I could just keep this up, bro, I'll be at 500. And I think you were there when I deadlifted 500 pounds for the first time.
I remember. I remember when I first saw it, I was gonna be like, where are the 2.5s on each side? And they're like, oh, they're right here. And I was like, oh, okay, just make it. I was like trying to humble you, and then I got humbled.
I remember that when I did the 500 pounds, it was like one of the greatest times of like, it was just a milestone for me. And then once I saw that I was able to do that, I was like, all right, it's on, it's game time. You know what I mean? And of course, how we stated earlier, of course, having that, because success is not, it's not linear. It's all over the place, correct?
Yeah, ebb and flows, just like strength. Some days you're going to be lifting 500. Some days it might be 400. It just depends on so many variables.
And then you go through injuries. You go through certain things. You have to learn your body again, because what wasn't working last year isn't working this year. So you have to.
Recovery, life, kids,
exactly. So I've been through all that. I competed a few months back. I hit 551.
Aren't you training to do another one soon? Or I was gonna ask you.
Yeah. Okay. This is week 1, so we're prepping. You know what I mean? Just gotta stick with it. You know what I mean? But and I wanted to get to that point as well, because how we stated, like I was saying, like when I first got into to lifting, right? I was getting information from people like Matt Ogus. I don't know if you know who that is, but Matt McGinley introduced me to Matt Ogus. I love Matt Ogus.
He's
I was
good.
getting information from his friend Chris Lovato. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was getting information, elsewhere, but I felt like the information was so informational where it shits on. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm also not sorry because I feel like it shits on today's influencers. Because I'm just like, bro, like, what are we doing? You know?
It's all more for camera angles, the shock factor. It's more of like, hey, look at me, look what I can do, and that's
Right.
great and all. But if I'm going for information, like I think it's good to have it to be visually like good because
Of
I want
course.
to be interested. I want to have
Right.
that. But I'm not trying to look at some girl like squatting and just showing her ass the first thing. We all know what you're doing, like, or just some dude,
Right.
he's just posing in between the intermission. And I'm just like,
Right.
okay, good, that's great. You look
Right.
great, but I want to know how from point A to
Where's
point
the
B.
information at?
Yeah,
Is the real
exactly.
question. Where is the information? Because like you said, yeah, now you have girls going to the gym and, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's just, yo, where's the information, you know?
I remember I used to work at the Edge in Christiana.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I would see there'd be girls. They would just be dressed up in their Gymshark or whatever, Lululemon, and they're going. They take a couple pictures and then they leave. I'm not even kidding. That's happened.
No, I believe it. I believe
They
it.
look great, but what's even interesting, and just like realizing over time you can't maintain the same thing. Eventually, they start coming in and they're not keeping up with their diet. They're going
Mm-mm.
out, they're partying, they're drinking. They come back and they're starting not to look as good as when they first came in. I get it. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But if you're trying to look fit and you're coming to the gym to look fit and you're not fit, and you're not working out, you're just going in, taking a picture. The energy that you're eating, the calories you're eating has to go somewhere. And what was interesting though is I one of them, at least in this specific series, usually they would come in pairs. And one of them specifically, she then actually started coming and actually working out more seriously.
Oh,
And then
really?
she blew up on Instagram. I thought that was great. Like it started out like we were talking about earlier. It started something that wasn't genuine, but then over time, it actually became something that like was
Well, that's
important. And
good.
actually, she started. Yeah,
That's
I
good.
was like, good for her. I think she went the college for kinesthesiology or something too. So I thought that like those kinds of stories I love. I think
Of course.
it's the transformation of that. Not
Of
only
course.
did she physically transform, but more importantly, like she also went to college. Had started like actually learning up on the information, then became a personal trainer. She might be a personal trainer there still. I'm not sure. Yeah, she actually became a personal trainer there. So it was kind of cool to see
Yeah,
that whole kind of thing happen.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
My next question to you is, so what do you think? Because I know you see it. We both have social media, so I know you see it. So if I see it, I know you see it. So what is your take on people at a young age wanting to use? Because honestly, listen, I don't use and I never have. I remember someone was like speculating that I was using because I had a six pack, I had muscles, and I would go
Yeah.
to the gym. So just because you go to the gym, you have a six pack and you have
No,
muscles, mean that you use, which is
it's like
completely bullshit.
it's
You
like the
know,
old adage: if they're bigger and leaner than you, they must be on something, right?
always, always.
And
But
just I was gonna say for the viewers, I was gonna say what we're talking about is steroids, just so
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
understand.
But honestly, I actually at the same time, I actually like it because it means that I'm working towards something that is fucking great. Because if people think I'm using
And you're
and I'm
not, and you
not
look
and I'm
great, yeah.
natural, I'm doing something fucking right? So
People say that the same thing about my girlfriend. She's has been working out probably about the same time as me. She started in college, but she looks like she looks to an extent when pumped up. Yeah, she could be, but she's not as big. Like in pictures, sure, but if you look at it in person, you're like, okay, no, she's just really lean. But I
yeah.
mean, people have came up and asked and stuff, but it's from my understanding, it's just I think genetics is also great, is
Oh
a
yeah, of
really
course.
big
Yes.
portion of it.
Yes.
But in the end of the day, I do think no matter how good your genetics are, no matter how much you take, hard work, I think goes over like even like Jay Cutler. I think people forget that he never had the greatest genetics. He just outworked everybody and eventually became amazing at what, he outworked it in a sense. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure the steroids help. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But you need to put in the work. But yeah, to answer your question, I mean, where to start? I think,
Because
yeah.
real quick, because I feel as if a lot of people, like how we're talking about social media and how like the influencers and they're like, "Oh, I wanna be this big." And a lot of people are always talking about hopping on like their first year or their first like 6 months of lifting.
Hmm.
And it's like, yo, you don't even know your body yet. So why would you even think about taking steroids or hopping on? Because
Yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, I feel as if you do take roids, I feel as if you still have to. I'm not 100%. You want to know what? I still feel like you have to put in work though.
Well, the problem is too, people realize. So, a little background. I'm on TRT, and
Yeah.
when we were talking about how when I lost all that weight, something I messed up. My endocrine system. So basically, when you lose that amount of weight, over 100 pounds in a year, that's not good. I definitely believe in a firm believer of mind over matter, and that was
Yeah.
strictly just my mentality was just outworking, but we're all human. Eventually, so we're eventually going to hit a wall. It's like the story of
Right.
Icarus. You're flying too close to the sun. And so I have to be, basically giving myself testosterone for the rest of my life. I go through a doctor, do it all, through that channels. I have dabbled in the stuff previously before. I think it was stupid in that
Yeah.
regard. I don't think it's looking back, would I change anything about it? Probably not, just
Yeah.
because, I was stupid. I'm in my early 20s at the time. But I do think these kids that are, 16, 17, 18, like
'Cause
they're not even
it'll be
fully
like months.
developed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be
Your brain,
months.
even then. And I know even guys who are in their 50s, I don't know if it's the testosterone that makes them, act certain ways. Like, and I'm sure these guys are taking more than what they say, but I think, when you're on certain levels of testosterone, obviously you have more youth. But I think
Yeah.
the guys that tell me, oh, they started taking at this age and now it's just something's like, I don't know what it is. Like something's just off about that. Like when you start taking, you don't need to.
Yeah.
But, I think it's not good. And it's even, this is actually a personal part of this too, is I'm not going to name names, but I had a friend, or I don't know, more of a guy who would go to the gym and we would just talk
Right.
shop and whatnot. And he's asking me about SARMs, and I said, I'm not too familiar about it. At the time I wasn't. I do research. I don't know too much about them just because I think they're still experimental. I do know a lot of them. Like there's not a lot, a good bit of them are really good.
Yeah.
Like with repairing and healing that I know a couple guys that do, and they love them. But some of them can be really toxic, some of them not so much. But there's very limited research. It's very anecdotal. But anyway, I have a friend who's asked me about the stuff. I said, look, I wouldn't take it. I'm not gonna, give you, and I'm not gonna help you. But like, if you do, just be careful and don't get it from like, a place if it say it's from China, stray away from it. You laugh, but dude, it
Oh,
was
it really be like that?
dude, this kid, he was good. He was 18, 19, and just graduated high school. He got it from I don't know where he got it. I assume it was from China, but I don't know. And he took the SARMs. I don't know what SARM it was, but regardless of what it was, he passed away. And it wasn't. But the thing is, it wasn't the SARMs that killed him. It was it was filled. What do they call it? Laced with fentanyl.
Gotcha.
So you're getting this stuff from, you don't know where you're getting it from. He has fentanyl in this crap, thinking it's something else, and you don't wake up, and it's
Yeah.
sad because and that's making me think. Now I'm seeing all these kids on TikTok who are probably that same age. They could be doing the same shit. I don't know how the likelihood of this, but
Right.
if you're getting it from overseas, which most of these places are, that's a good. And that's where all the fentanyl is coming from. From my understanding, not trying to get political here, but and it was really sad. It's just this kid just he graduated high school, he's 18, had his whole life ahead of him, and shit happens. And I felt really bad because it's like, but at the same time, try telling someone 18 or whatever to not take something. Like, you can't stop a teenager from doing anything. It just, I'm not his parents. I mean, all I said is I wouldn't if I were you, but at the end of the day, legally they're an adult, and
Yeah.
even though when you're 18 you might be legally an adult, but you're still not that, up in your head. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
if you talk to a 16-year-old, 18-year-old, it's very minimal difference of the vocabulary, the maturity level of them, in my opinion. But but I think it's great in the standpoint. I think the silver lining, though, I will say, is there's more research being done about it, because
Yeah.
I do think like testosterone and a lot of other like peptides or whatever you want to call them, there are benefits for it that are now surfacing from other countries, like in the UK, and in Germany. They're finding a bunch of studies, and even in the US too. But the difference is it's not regulated by the FDA. It's people that have their own third party studies. But I think the silver lining, as messed up as what I was talking about earlier, is that I think it could be more beneficial for a lot of people in the long run. I think that's great. I mean, testosterone, as they were saying, there's so many articles, but I feel like it's just common knowledge. With the average male, testosterone is not what it was, 30 years ago, and it's only been a downward trend. And I think even working out, it's great. I
Yeah.
think it obviously helps doing that. Like, you obviously don't have that problem, but I think even you can have people that are like super fit. They might not have even the very high enough test levels. You never know, and I think everyone's different too
Of
with
course.
what test levels are. But I think it's something that definitely needs to be done about. I think you can only mitigate so much with an 18-year-old on a credit card or a debit card.
Right.
I think it should be something that people should educate about, and I don't think it should just be. I don't think it should be glorified, but I don't think we should also just be like, "Hey, flat out, just don't do it."
Yeah.
Like, I
But I
don't
also
think that works. Like,
right.
just telling a kid who's already rebellious to not do something, instead be like, "Look, there are these things out there that you can take. You're legally an adult.
Yeah.
If you do choose to do that, here's what can happen. Here are the side effects, and you have to be okay with that." I mean, for me, it's a little different just because I kind of needed that, but from the standpoint, I'm not. Unless if some new technology or pharmacology comes out, I'm gonna have to, be pinning myself for the rest of my life with testosterone. That's just something I'm gonna have to do and something I'll live with, unless something new comes out, or for whatever reason I decide not to, which is obviously not a good thing to do, because
Yeah.
it can mess you up not just physically but emotionally, because it all is all interconnected. Your whole body's a system where everything is connected to one thing, and if something's out of whack, you know it can throw everything
One
off.
thing leads to the other. One
Yeah,
thing always leads to
exactly,
the other.
exactly. Hmm.
Yeah, man. I just feel as if nowadays people just don't do their research. They don't do their research. They see one person looking big, but they don't realize what they had to do in order to get to that level. Because everybody wants instant gratification. Everybody wants it now. So
Even taking PEDs ain't going to give that to you now. I mean,
yeah,
that's not even half of it. Like, if I could put a percentage wise, like, yeah, it'll bump you up. Like if I could put in a ratio, like PEDs maybe will help you a quarter of the way there, but the majority of it is eating and training.
of
And
course.
also too, when you take those, if you do it like in the way that these people are doing it, excuse me, the point is it allows you actually to work harder and recover faster.
Yeah.
So if you're not even doing that, you're not even using it to its full potential. So, like, with you, you're natural. You have to work a certain amount of effort and recover a certain way.
Yeah.
And then if you were to hop on, you're going to have to work even harder and recover a lot less. But, you might not notice that. But some people, but with you, you already have the mentality of working out. But someone who's just starting is like, oh, I'm going to hop on, a cycle real quick. They don't even have the discipline. So they're just going to be swinging around a dumbbell thinking it's just going to lie on them on a golden platter. It's like, no, you got to put in the work. And this stuff, actually, you have to work harder in order to like,
Yeah.
get to that. But because it allows you to, and if you don't have that discipline already, if you don't build your body naturally prior,
Right.
you're gonna fuck yourself up. Like it's just
That brings me to my next question. So I actually have a gym membership at the training center. I wind up getting another membership because I feel my house doesn't have enough leg workouts to do like, leg machines or whatever. Cause I usually just do like
have
squat.
you looked into Morph T or something in West Grove?
Yeah. I think I follow the
They have a
guy.
lot of cool leg equipment there too.
Yeah. But the
I
training
mean,
center is literally 10 minutes away and I fucking love the training center.
oh, you're
So
okay. So you're near Newcastle now. Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
literally 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I go to the training center, but I've never been to the gym during prime times between 12 and like 8 o'clock. I
Ugh.
usually go very early or very late.
Well, it's 24/7, right?
It is
Yeah.
24/7. Yeah.
I haven't been to the new location. I've only went to
Yeah.
when it was
The
like,
new location is pretty cool.
oh, dude, I'm hype. I definitely need to go
Yeah,
because
we should
it's like
definitely get a
used to like an
workout.
old Pep Boys or something, right? Or something. I don't know. It used to be some type of
Bro,
mechanic shop.
we should definitely go together.
We really
Probably,
do.
if
We
not, like,
really
I
do.
mean, I don't know how long you're gonna be around for, but
I
yeah,
mean,
okay.
dude, I plan on staying in the area. I don't plan on staying. I'm right now, I'm living in West Grove still, but
Yeah.
with the current job I have and where I'm doing, I think the opportunities are great. Just where they are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Would
we're
you be
gonna
down to
basically
get
be there too.
what's your schedule? Like, would you be down to get like a late night lift or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I like going when in the morning when there's like no one really there,
Mhm.
or at night when there's no one really there because I don't have
What
to
time do
fight
you go
over.
at usually?
I mean, the last time I went, it was like 11 at night. I don't know if that's like too late for you.
I mean, all right. If we can do that
Man,
like on a Saturday, I'm down.
yeah,
Like Saturday, I'm down. It's just because
yeah,
I get up at like 6 in the morning, and like if I'm and that's about a 30-ish drive, which drive's not a problem. It's just
yeah,
going, get back, showering, sleeping, gotta get that
yeah,
recovery in,
yeah.
and then I
No,
gotta
I hear
wake up
you.
at 6, that's time. But if we got a weekend or like a Friday or Saturday,
Bro,
I'm
I'm down
totally
to
down.
let's do it. I like going that late
Yes.
because I'm not fighting over a machine. I'm not waiting. It's just one to the next, and I could really like dial in. I could
Yeah.
focus. There's no one in my fucking way.
Have you been
So
to
I
Diamond
think we
State
should
yet?
definitely do it, huh?
Yes, for sure. Have you been to Diamond State yet? Diamond State
I
Iron?
yeah, I was there last week with Dakota
Oh
Sheffield.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's man. He's great. He's also on TRT too. So yeah,
yeah,
he used to have he had a similar situation. He used to be like super overweight, lost all. That guy is strong, dude. Like
yeah,
he's stronger than guys that are even on like blasting like ridiculous amounts of
no,
whatever. Oh,
yeah,
he's great.
yeah,
What you call it? What was I gonna say? He actually was a guy helped me find a coach because he was seeing this guy Kyle Smith.
yeah,
He's at the training center now with Chris Pfeiffer. I think it's like so
yeah.
him, Kyle, like they're all like. I don't think he's not. I mean, he's not coaching me anymore, really, just because I think he just stopped coaching overall, except for like select like Carlos. I think
Right.
that guy's a mass monster. But yeah, dude, all those guys are great though. I mean, but yeah, it does get rowdy and the tripods. Is that a thing
I
there?
was actually gonna bring that up. So, like I said, I've never been there during prime time. Like, yeah, okay, maybe years
Oh
ago,
my god.
a few years ago, a few years back, maybe. But since it's such a big thing now, going prime time to the gym, going on prime time, how is that? Is there just like tripods everywhere, no
Oh,
matter where you walk? Like, it's just
so yeah.
bang.
So
Is it really?
I go to Snap Fitness right now, so that's like a very
Yeah.
like
Are
smaller
there
gym.
tripods there too?
Dude, funny enough, no.
Ah,
But I still do venture out. I
yeah,
diversify my workout places. I don't discriminate. But
yeah.
the Y's been really bad. Like the Y even
Really?
has like it's like even just high schoolers, like 5 o'clock, dude. Oh my god. It's just like prime time
Tripod
with all
galore?
younger kids and adults who have kids in the daycare. It's like, and the thing is too, it's one thing you're working out, but then you got a tripod. Now you have to work around that. And I'm just like, can they just have a
Is it
sign
really-
that says no
Yo, all
tripods?
jokes aside, is it really that bad?
The Y, from my understanding, yes, and Edge. I mean, that's been bad there at Edge. I mean, that's just like there's like people taking pictures in the locker rooms and shit. Like, don't like come on, like.
I can you know that one gym in Philly, Fusion?
Oh yeah, that
I can I know that has
okay.
to be bad.
Okay, here's the thing.
That has
Here's
to
the
be
thing
bad.
about Fusion. Here's the thing about Fusion. I don't mind it because that's their business. Their
Yeah.
business. It's not a gym. It's a social lounge with weights. And I say this because no, I'm serious.
No,
That's
because real quick, I was
their
actually
marketing. That's their marketing.
yeah,
When
no,
people
because I
go
was
there,
actually talking to this one. I was actually talking to this one guy that I'm cool with,
yeah,
and the last time I was at the training center, we were talking. I'm actually going to do something with him probably next week. But the last
hell
time I was
yeah.
at the training center, I was talking to him about it, and whatever you're saying right now was pretty much the exact same thing he said. He said, "Look, it's cool, but it's not what you think it is." He said, "It's a content gym. That's all it is a content gym."
It's like there's places in Texas, I forget the name of it. It's exactly like that. They
Like
make
Alpha
all
Land.
their revenue from people giving them
Alpha
free
Land?
advertising. That's all it is. It's just that's how they pay, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know the business. That's what I would assume. I mean, who needs a Lamborghini, wherever that car they have, just the insurance on that, dude. But I'm sure they probably make it back every time someone takes a picture of it and tags
Yeah.
them. If they made like a cent on that, oh my God. Yeah, of course they're gonna pay it back.
I was also I live with this one guy, Jose, sometimes, and we was also talking about that because he says that he loves the training center, what it is now, and I agree with him.
Yeah, it seems it's a lot more open. It's not
It is a lot more open, but you'll never get that feel at the old training center because it was so small. Everybody's sweaty,
dude,
nuts to butts.
I was
It
talking
in there. It
I
smelled like
was
sweat.
talking to,
You had big guys lifting. You had weights clinking, clanking, clinking, clacking, bro. It was just different.
And when you walk in there,
hold on. Have you ever seen the movie Rocky? I know you've seen the movie Rocky, right?
Of course.
Have you seen Rocky 3, where he has to fight Mr. T, and then Apollo takes Rocky to his gym?
Yeah.
It's nasty in there. It's sweaty. It's like
everyone's like standoffish. Like you gotta earn your right to be respected. Yeah,
yes,
100% agree. And I was having a conversation with my buddy Ray about that, and because he used to go there like when it was like a powerlifting, like bodybuilding, type thing, like hardcore.
Yes.
And, you walk in like no one's a dick to you, but like that like they don't want to talk to you until you prove yourself.
You gotta put in that work.
Showing up, you're working out. Versus now, it's like it's more like, oh hey, it's all like fake, nice, bubbly, like
and that's why I say
I think it's just I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know if it has to do with the whole tripod generation, whatever you want to call
it. Because the thing is, it's not like you said earlier. It's going to the gym now. It doesn't feel as genuine.
Mm-hmm.
When we were going, it was genuine. It's like, bro, what you doing? You know what I mean? Of course we'll record, but we didn't have tripods and stuff. And I'm not like
we had a buddy spot, and you had you doing, and then you had me recording or me. Yeah, sure. I'm showing off and I'm flexing in the background, but I'm not like getting in your face, getting your business. I don't have a tripod here, like saying, "Oh, this guy's looking at me,"
right?
Like, and they're gonna ruin their whole life, like just from a fake.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm not trying to like in no means I'm not trying to shit on tripod users. I'm not trying to shit on any of that. But at the same time, I am trying to let people know it's it was like you said earlier, it was genuine back then. You know who's putting in the work and you know who's not putting in the work. If you're putting in the work, you have a tripod, cool. But if you're just there just to take up space because it's the trend, get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Make the gym great again. Like like dead ass, bro.
I was gonna say, you know what? I think there could be a great solution to this. Do you remember when when I was younger, there was like a public pool we'd go to, like a bunch of families would go to, and like I forget this was in Indiana, it wasn't around here. And and there'd be like adult swim times. So like all the kids get out of the pool, they're eating their snacks, adult swim. Tripod hour, bro. Like just have tripod hour. Like, so you just know not to go to the gym at this time. Like, I don't like know what. And then after that, no tripods.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could have a tripod hour in the morning and a tripod hour in the evening. And it could be at a time, and it doesn't have to be like in a ridiculous time. Like, I don't know like what time it would be, but my point being is like you could do that. And then I guarantee you too, by the time like, I would go, or maybe a little after, it would start to die down because you wouldn't have all the people with the tripods there.
And that's why I go in the morning and I go at
night. It would be a win-win for everybody. Everyone with the tripods, they go do their thing for an hour. I mean, and then they just get the fuck out. And then everyone that, actually to work out, go there. I think that'd be a great solution. Like, if the gyms could enforce that, dude. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, if Planet Fitness can exist, and and shoot their lunk alarm at guys like us, and they can.
What do you think about Planet Fitness?
I think it's a genius business model. I got to give them that, because they basically charge you $10 a month, and the only way you can cancel is you have to physically go to the gym.
Bro, it's horrible.
And the people that go don't even work out. They don't work out, and so because think about when you're a gym owner, what's your most expensive shit? It's the stuff that breaks, the gym equipment, and if you have people there that aren't going. And think about it. You pay your $10. So let's say if you're just the average American or person that doesn't work out, whatever. You pay your $10 in January to have that feel. It's like, yeah, I work out at a gym because I pay for it, right? I could go if I want to. And then you never go. And the only way you can cancel that membership is you have to physically go. Oh my God.
Bro, it's
they're basically making it for people that don't even go.
Bro,
and not only that, they do the bagel Mondays, pizza Fridays,
Pizza Monday or some shit,
whatever. And it's like, oh, so now they're encouraging you to work it even more because there's food that makes you look like shit.
It is funny, but I can kind of shit on it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's okay, because I would have to say, I remember when I had like, I think 4 memberships at the time. I don't know why, but I thought I was like, yeah, I'm the fucking cool guy. I got 4 memberships. I could go to
like a gym member slut.
If this gym is closed, I could go to this one. If that one's open, I could go late to this one because it's 24 hours. So I thought I was like the gym guy. You know what I mean? Having 4 memberships, I didn't mind. But the funny thing about it too is, I actually really started at Planet Fitness. It was Snap at first, I want to say. Or at the time, it was like Snap and Planet,
Yeah, and it was Snap, the Snap that's closed now in Avondale, probably, right? Or
it was Oxford.
Oh, Oxford.
Oxford. I went to Oxford Snap. And then at the same time, I think I started to outgrow Snap and Planet Fitness. And then that's when I got a YMCA membership. And then so it's like I basically was graduating. So I graduated from Snap, went to Planet, even though Planet and Snap is kind of similar. Planet is just way bigger. It's way bigger.
I think Snap, though, because the thing with Planet, though, is, and I've tested this myself, at least on the one off Kirkwood, and then the Planet Fitness on Kirkwood Highway, and then the one, the Snap near me in Jayville.
Yeah.
The lat pull down bar, just as an example, I can rep out, 180, 170, right? The lat pull down bar goes all the way up to 230, I think. You go to Planet Fitness. I could put it on the highest one, and I'm repping it out, and I'm like, there's no way that this is 250. There's no way. Like, I'm okay. I'm strong. Okay, cool. But I am not going to be that strong to the point where this feels like it's like 130. Like, they have to tune the pulley system to an extent. I also don't like how the dumbbells go up. Their limit for Snap, it goes up to 100, which is fine.
I think that stops there at like 80.
Yeah, 80 or something. That's not bad. That's not bad if that's the case.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, because I thought it was like 40 or 60 or something, which like, okay,
I think it's 80.
80, okay.
I could be wrong though. I mean, I haven't been there. It's been years. I like grew out of it.
I do like that Planet has a lot of machines, because I personally
do.
That's usually what I know. You're different because you do like more free weight stuff, and Planet
no. But having machines, it's very helpful for isolation.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
I'm doing it because I mean, you more are like powerlifting, strength. For me, I'm doing more bodybuilding, trying to like just chisel the muscles out and whatnot. Like, I love machines. I mean, I don't even bench anymore. I do. I mean, yeah, call me, a cheater, whatever. I do Smith machine bench press. Like I know it's not the same, but
I don't.
I like it. I mean, people
Yeah.
shit on that all the time. I don't know. Like,
No.
yeah, it's not 315.
I
I
know
get it because the bar is
some people. Like
Matt
Matt Ogus, for example. I love watching his content. I love seeing what he does, and he a lot of the times like he'll bench on the Smith machine, or even he'll squat on the Smith machine.
Yeah.
No, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for me,
He looks amazing.
Yeah,
You know?
he puts in the work. I mean, for me, I just like it because I see a lot of guys that, a little older than us, maybe our ages, and they're getting injured and stuff because they're doing reps with heavy weights, and your body's cannot tolerate that can only tolerate for so long. Versus if you do it on machines, okay, that's different. Like, I think it's one thing if you're doing it like for sports or for like if you're trying to powerlift or something, like you're trying to get to a goal, but also even with powerlifting, you're not repping 405 for like 10. You're doing that for like a couple, like 2-3 reps, and then you rest for like taking a nap or whatever. Versus like bodybuilding, like you watch Ronnie Coleman, he's repping 800 for fucking deadlifts for reps, and this guy has fucking surgeries out the wazoo. Dude, fun fact though, I found this out. So Tiger Woods,
but a peanut. Yeah.
Tiger Woods, professional golfer. He's had more back surgeries, not surgeries overall, but back surgeries than Ronnie Coleman has.
Oh shit, really?
I was like, what? Ronnie Coleman, the guy who's like fucking squatting 800 for deadlift and all this for reps, and then Tiger Woods, which I'm sure he works out, but not like Ronnie Coleman. Like, no. And he has more back. I'm like, fuck. Like, damn. Who would have thought?
Makes you think.
I think it's the golf swing. I think because it's like golf swings aren't like it's not a natural motion. You do that he did that when he was like a kid. I mean, I do find it funny whenever I see bodybuilders. Like, I'm trying to get back in the golf for because my job, and it's great for networking and whatnot. I'm just envisioning myself in a polo and khaki shorts. It's not gonna look. It's just not gonna look natural.
Do you like golfing?
I like it. I mean, I'm not good at it. I want to be good enough that I'm not holding up the course, and that's not hard to do if you do it a lot enough.
Yo, so when you hit the ball, do you have to go find the ball that you hit? I've never understood how golf works. Is that how it works?
Yeah,
you gotta go find the ball.
Basically, and don't get me wrong, I am probably not the best person to talk to about golf because I don't watch it. I've played it, a couple times, but I will say, from my understanding, is basically the less times it takes you to hit the ball into the hole, the better it is. So the person, basically, the person who can hit the ball less amount of times for each round or whatever wins, basically. That's why it's good to get a hole in one,
Yeah.
But
what if you're launching that shit from 200 yards away?
Exactly. I mean, I like it because if it's like you and a couple of the bros, you're walking, you're just it's just good to be outside. It's yes, a lot of the times usually alcohol and you're drinking, but like if you're just I don't drink, so like I might have like a beer, or whatever the equivalent, but that's it. But I kind of like it because it's just a good way to just you're enjoying the weather, you're talking, you're playing something together. It's not like you're trying to win in this scenario. It's just it's fun, and then afterwards, you get food after if you're up for it. I think it's a great time to just get your friends together and just enjoy the day. I think it can go for a while because I mean I could start at 10 in the morning and I'm not back home till 9 because we just had so much fun, and then 9? We go get dinner afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And like my girlfriend's at home. I was like, where the fuck have you been? Like,
gotcha. She doesn't golf?
What? No, she knows where I was. It's just she doesn't. If you're a girl,
like she doesn't
if you're like,
wouldn't want to golf.
She's not about that. I've invited her. Some of the guys' girlfriends come along. She's gone, but I don't know. It's not. I don't think she likes it. I mean, who knows? I think if she goes out long enough, if I like just, oh, come on, we're going golfing. Maybe.
Right.
But she's a homebody. She's a homebody. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, she would much rather just be, cuddled up
chill
with
at
a
home,
blanket, watching Netflix, drinking hot chocolate. Do not mind that at all. Don't mind that.
Bro, honestly, I think I've become like a homebody. Like my girl used to be a homebody, and she's like the one that always like wants to go out and like do shit. And I'm like, bro, I just want to kick my feet up, relax, put on a movie, and lift weights.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I don't feel like, I think because of my age, like because
How old are you again? You're what?
I'm about to be 32.
Shit.
Yeah, in June. And she's
like
about
that.
to be 28. Damn, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
One more time?
I think she's going to be 28.
Okay, so she's my age. Yeah. Because I'm turning 28 at the end of April. So
yeah. But I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think 28.
Don't edit this part out.
But yeah, and I'm just like, yo, I'm 30. Like, I just don't feel like going anywhere. I just want to stay home, kick my feet up, watch TV, maybe drink a beer. Even like beer to me, it gives me headaches now.
I was never much a drinker in general.
Yeah.
I mean, when I did, like, I'm a savage. I just drink like a shot of Tito's or something. Like, I wouldn't even like mix it. Just like, I was the type of person, like, if I'm drinking, like, I'm gonna drink to have fun, not for the taste. Like, I never was like one of those IPA drinker guys. Like, I think DJ's like that or was like that. And I was like, how the fuck can you do that? Like, I don't know. Like, do you?
Yeah, I mean, back then I used to think beer was like disgusting, but I guess the older I got, the more I was kind of like, oh, you want to know what? This isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's a hard taste. Yeah.
And then
what's your go-to?
Coronas, obviously, but Blue Moon. I love Blue Moon.
You do seltzers at all? Like not like White Claw, but like, but that kind of.
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking about, Ciroc right now, but they have like a Ciroc seltzer. I don't know the thing with P. Diddy's going through. That's like Ciroc is like his thing. But yeah, man, they I don't know if they still have it, but the last time I had it was like a year ago. They have like this Ciroc seltzer, and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty damn good.
You had Surf Tide ever?
No.
Dude, I think it's like 6%, but dude, it's amazing. 4 or 6%, but dude, doesn't even taste like anything. Like, it tastes like the Arnold Palmer, like you get it like the gas station, like just the Arnold Palmer. It tastes exactly like that. Wow. But it has alcohol. It's dangerous, dude. It's pricey though. It's like you want $26 for like an 8-pack, which is like insane.
But if it's good,
yeah, it can go down really quickly too, because it tastes like
saying.
I think you know what else is it was like there's a strawberry iced tea, orange, lemonade. It's like, but it tastes so good.
It's good, yeah. You want to know what else is dangerous? Do you like Monster?
Yeah. Don't tell me they have like alcohol now.
They do.
Oh
and
my God.
It's 6%, and it's a Monster drink, but it's alcohol, and it tastes so good, bro. It tastes so good, and you're just like drinking it, and you're like, bro, this could fuck you up so fast.
I know.
You don't even know.
There are some kids I remember, like, I never was into this, but they would like mix Monster and vodka. Like,
that's right.
I don't know how you can do
with Red Bull and vodka, right?
Yeah, you got Red Bull too, but they're drinking the whole can and mix like you're just a fucking.
It sounds like a heart attack.
And it's just like, yeah, you're saying it's an upper and a downer, man. You can't fucking do that. I mean, I guess when you're that age, like you could, I guess. I don't know. If I do it now, I don't know if that's gonna be.
Oh yeah, it's different, because back then when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, mid 20s. I was able to stay up late. I was able to drink. I was able to wake up the next morning, go straight to work in the AM. I didn't have a problem. Then right after I'll go straight to the gym. You know what I mean? and then I'll promote drinking gives you abs. And then right after that, I'll go to
with the Corona too.
yeah, I did do it with the Corona, and then right after that, I'll go to McDonald's, get my hotcakes, because that's when they were serving breakfast all fucking day. And then right after that,
that and the value menu. That and the value menu.
Yeah.
when you could actually get something off a dollar menu. Like there was
R.I.P.
something
to the
for
dollar
$1.
menu. There's no more dollar menu.
Yeah,
No more. McDoubles are like $3
The
now.
McDouble was $1, I think.
Yeah,
Like, nah,
apple pie was 2 for $1.
Dude,
Small
I
fries.
remember best like fat boy meal you could get at McDonald's, like for dessert, was apple pie, and then I would get so was it a McFlurry, but I wouldn't get anything, and it would just be just a McFlurry, and then I just put the apple pie in there, make sure it's toasted. Oh, dude,
you mix it up and everything.
Oh yeah, dude. And then if you're with someone else, you just get the 2 for $1 and then get another McFlurry. Like,
do they still sell Sundays?
Yeah, remember they Sundays? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. How much are they? Like $8?
Probably.
Because they were like small as shit. You know what I mean? And they were only $1.
You know that? Yeah, we remember the Dairy Queen where like you're supposed to like tap the bottom of the Blizzard and dump it.
Yeah,
They're not even doing that anymore. Like, because apparently if they don't do it, or if they do it and it falls out, you get a free Blizzard, right?
Yeah.
And like, sometimes I like try to be.
They really don't do it anymore.
No, I haven't seen them do it, and I guess I caught them out on it. Like they didn't do the tap dump. I said so I get here you go, and I said thanks. I said you didn't do the tap or whatever. She's like, yeah, we don't do that anymore because like we don't want to give free Blizzards or anything. It's like I'm like, so when the inflation's so bad that the Dairy Queen girl isn't even just.
Yep. No, dead ass, man. That's crazy. Dead ass, bro. That's crazy. Times are definitely changing, man.
Mm-hmm,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
some for better, some for worse.
Yeah.
We
need that dollar menu back.
Yeah, if someone ran for president and that was like their slogan, they're gonna win. They're gonna 100%.
Oh, of course.
Bring the dollar menu back.
Of course. Listen, when I used to work at McDonald's a while back, when I used to work there, bro, you can
get the one by the Y and all that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You can get bro. I remember people order 25 McDoubles, 25 McChickens, and you could feed a whole family, bro. You know what I mean? Like a whole party worth of people. Now, bro, I'm sure no one orders like that anymore. No one, bro.
Do you remember do they still have the tailgate box thing? Remember, it was like
they still do that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's $14 anymore, but it's basically two Big Macs.
I think it's like $21 now.
Yeah, it's still not a bad deal. 2 Big Macs, 2 McDoubles, fries, chicken nuggets.
It's a bad deal. Knowing what it used to be, it's a bad deal.
yeah, that's a good point. Well, I was gonna say though, I mean, when I remember I had a buddy who used to work at McDonald's too, and he would just always be snacking on the McNuggets, like.
Girl, in the back when in the break room, bro.
Yeah.
Or if you like make something that someone didn't order by accident, or they like canceled it. It's like accident. Anybody want this free milkshake?
Yeah. Because it's going in the trash, and if not, it's like
exactly.
And the shit's so cheap. It's basically crap, but it tastes.
It is. It's horrible. It's horrible, bro. It's so bad. But
it's so good. Chick-fil-A, and apparently now what they can do is they can make like creamies or whatever. So basically, any soft drink, they mix it with ice cream or whatever. And
really?
Dude, it's good. It's good.
Is it?
It's good. Like you get Dr. Pepper. It's basically a root beer float with vanilla ice cream, but it's basically like a thick milkshake with the soda in it. It's not bad, dude. I recommend it. It's just give it a try if you're ever going there again. Got
you.
Yeah.
It's right up the street. Maybe I will.
Yeah. Where are you about? Because it's like you used to be a West Grove, and now you're like
everything's right up. I was never in West Grove.
I thought you were like because you worked at what's that the shoe place?
No, that was not me, bro. Dansco.
I thought you worked at the warehouse there.
Dansco.
Yeah. No.
you got the wrong black man.
Dude, I think you and DJ, maybe you guys were fucking with me because you and DJ both said that, but then I knew DJ was fucking with me, and maybe you were too, because I remember DJ was in school at the time, so I knew he had no time to do it, and he would just be like, "Yeah, I'm coming from Dansco," and I was like, "All right, whatever." But like, I think he was fucking with me.
Maybe you misheard. Maybe he said he's by Dansco.
I don't know. No, this was like in person at the Y. Like I don't know. Anyway, I thought you worked at some warehouse like that, like near there or there. I forget. My bad. Where were you working then when you were around? When you were like at the Y?
Where was I working?
Because you were I knew you were at an apartment somewhere in that area.
I think I was working at Burris.
Hers?
Burris. Burris Logistics.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh. Yeah, around that time. I think I was working at Burris Logistics.
Okay. And you were living in an apartment like where exactly? Like
in Delaware. I was still in Delaware.
You were still
I've been in Delaware for the past like 6 years. Well, technically like 8 years I've been in Delaware.
Okay. You like right on. Okay, I guess I thought it was just Pennsylvania because you're right on the border. Like my friends that live in Philly think I live in Delaware, even though I'm right on the border. Like I'm like 10 minutes from UD. So okay.
You got any kids on the way?
No, none that I know of. At least I'm not expecting any calls. We've been going out. I mean,
because I know that you and your girl been together for like ever since
6 years.
Since the YMCA. Ever since I've known you. I'm pretty sure
we met at the Y. Funny enough, yeah.
How was
6 years in May? Right now. I just started my job. She's looking for another job. You know, we're all both on the same page. We do want to get married, do have a family. It's up to me. Obviously, for me right now, I want to save for a house, and I'm also saving for that rock. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think for me, it's like I think whatever comes first, and then whatever's left will go to either the house or the rock. I mean, I'm in finance, so I know how to save money and whatnot. You know, so I'm just putting it away and go from there. So like I said, I just started in January. So, but I love it though. It's right off of Centerville. You know where the Wegmans is? In office in Delaware. The Wegmans in Delaware.
I think so.
It's that
big, right?
Mm-hmm,
it's a big one.
It's huge.
What else is there like a Exxon right down the road from? No.
Oh, that's Hockessin. So okay, if you go down, do you know where Sanford School is? The all boys Christian school.
I feel like I've seen all this. I'm pretty sure I have
the CSC building or CSCC building. No,
bro, I'm sure I have.
It's kind of hidden. It's kind of hidden. So if you're driving down that road, Centerville Road,
is it like a blue sign?
No. It's like there's not really a sign.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like Wegmans is a grocery store, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what Wegmans is.
So the Wegmans, and there's a Chick-fil-A kind of near that area too. If I don't know what road the Chick-fil-A is on, it's about 5 minutes away from the Wegmans.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I work right down there. So like sometimes if I get a pack of lunch, I just go to Wegmans and get like a sandwich or something. They have a lot of healthy options there.
No, their sandwiches are good. I mean, the last time I've been there, it's been a while, but as far as I remember, they got some good shit there.
Dude, their sushi's A1 too. I love
it.
Sushi. Oh yeah, it's good price too. But if you really want to go get like your sushi on, there's a place by the Pike in the Pike Creek area, by the edge in the Pike Creek called Sushi Extreme.
Yeah.
Dude, all you can eat sushi. All you can eat sushi, bro. And for like $25, I think.
Yeah.
And dude, but the problem is though, if you don't finish it, because what they do is they make it for you there. It's not like you go to the buffet, they'll make it for you, bring it to you. But if you don't finish it, it's $1 a thing or whatever. You have to pay.
Really?
You can take it to go. That's fine. They just don't want you wasting the food, I guess.
Gotcha.
But they also you also do a teriyaki chicken is also all you can eat. So basically, so you can just get a fuck ton of chicken too if you wanted to.
All right, man. Look.
Anyway,
we're an hour and like 8 minutes in, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up. But before I do, I actually want to go back. Let's rewind real quick.
Okay, yeah, we went way off topic.
So you said you met your girlfriend at the gym, right? So how did that situation work? Because did you just go up there and be like,
"Yo, I'm getting red in the face now"? Well, here's the story I like to tell.
Raw and uncut, man.
I'll tell you the
lay it on
version
there,
after.
man.
So
raw and uncut. Don't put any seasoning. Just lay it on there.
She's at the bench, and I see she's about to rep it out. And she couldn't get it, and so I come over.
Wait, is this real? Is this real?
So
yeah, I don't want no Cinderella story. I want it straight raw, bro.
So, dude, it was honestly okay. So I'm gonna. So a little background. Now, I did not know this at this moment in time. I found this out 2 years later, as we were dating, from her mother. So this is really funny. So I'm at the Y. It's one up in Westchester, not Jennersville. And I'm there, and like I see her. She's at the squat rack. I walked up to her. This was my opener. It was not and so guys, like, be honest. And I know what I'm about to say. She's gonna be like, "You're bullshitting, Ben. This didn't work." This was my opener. It was really stupid. But like I said, dude, if you guys if you have confidence and you walk up and you talk, anything's possible.
Lay it on me.
I walked up and I said, she was doing this interesting squat form with her legs were too far apart or something, whatever. And I walk up, it's like, I noticed you were doing this squats and your legs are like wider than usual. Is there a reason for that? Or like, is there like, I was being dumb. I was like, oh, and quite frankly, I really didn't know either. But anyway, she explained, blah, blah.
Wait. So real quick, when you saw her doing that and you went up to her and asked her about it, and did you already have the intentions of like, man, this girl looks good? Before it even like happened, were you just like, I'm just going to start a conversation with her because
there was definitely, at least on my end, there was definitely attraction. She definitely, it was definitely eye candy for sure.
Okay, I got you.
But anyway, and she was like, oh, it helps working my butt more, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, hi, I'm Ben. We have a conversation. I was like, oh, you look familiar. Do you work out at this push? Like, no. Anyway, so my buddy needed me.
I gotta stop you. Now, does she really look familiar? Or you just starting
I plead the fifth.
All right. Continue.
Anyway, and she knows all this now, so it's not like, anyway. So my buddy needed to get him a spot. So I spot him. And now this is the part I did not see. But her mother comes up. She was doing one of the group classes. Comes up to her. Now, I didn't see this. I find this out later. She comes up to her and she says, that man's going to ask you for your number. And Erin's like, oh, I know, or whatever. Or no, that's all she said. We were all talking after I finished spotting him. And guys, I got to be honest, we are not subtle. The girls will know because I thought we were being fine. But her mom comes up there and says, those guys are talking about you, right? Like me and the guys. And she's like, yeah, I know. And then the mother says to her, you're going to give him your number, right? And Erin's like, I might. So like the mom's like wingman for me, right?
Right.
So later on, she's getting ready to go. She's putting her shoes on. She's sitting by like the cubbies. And I'm like, fuck, it's now or never, man. So I walk up to her. I was like, hey. I was like, great meeting you. And I said, great meeting. Like, we should get a coffee sometime. And she was like,
you said coffee?
She was like, what do you mean by coffee or something? I was like, whatever. And like, I give her my phone. She
Zac Efron movie or something.
Gives me her number, and then like basically the rest was history after that.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
But, I mean, I will say, I think when I tell guys about picking up girls at gyms, I say at least just be at a gym where you're not going to go there that often because you don't want to shit where you eat. I mean, for me, like, I had a personal training business, so I would be up in that area. I would go in-house and train people there. And so afterwards, if I need to work out, I just go hit up that Y. So that wasn't
your primary gym.
No, my primary BJ though. So
now let me ask you this.
Okay.
So if she would have rejected you, would you have ever went back to that gym?
Probably, most definitely, yeah.
even if she would have rejected you.
I mean, that wouldn't stop me. Like, it's one thing. Like, okay. And even if we did go out for a little bit and then it didn't work out, I probably would still go back, most definitely. I mean, at least for me, maybe I wouldn't go back like the next day, but I wouldn't go. But also that gym itself, like I would never go out of my way to go to that gym in that moment. I would only go there if I was already in the area. But like, I will say, just to understand, well, you don't want to be that guy like at a gym that hits on all the girls. And she would
Yeah.
tell me there's guys like that all the time, and she's rejected them,
Yeah.
because they're those guys. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just think, you don't want to be the guy that's just known for hitting on all the girls. You want to be more of the guy that's friendly. You know me, I'm friendly, talking to anyone that, that has a mouth and two legs, or whatever.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, I'm very open. So I was very friendly. So I think that also helps too, because you're building that rapport with others, and it's not like I'm not just talking to girls. I'm not just talking to guys. It's whoever wants to have a conversation. It does suck though, because I do need to work out, and that does take up time. Yeah, it's a jaw day. Well, dude, thanks for having me on, man. I definitely, if there's any other topics you want me to discuss, I'd be more than happy to hop on
Yeah.
back.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We'll definitely. I was gonna say we will definitely have you back on, but it's only me. Yeah, I'm like all professional with you. We'll definitely have you back on, but yeah, I'll definitely have you back on.
Who,
Yeah,
man, for all we know, you have a team in the back who does all the mics and editing or something. I don't know.
nah, it's just me. Yeah, man, it's just me. And once again, man, thanks for hopping on. This is episode 8. Got my man, the real Ben Klein. I'm gonna put your description of your Instagram, in the description. Once I have this video up, I mean, it's an hour and like 16 minutes long. By the time it's
Yeah,
all done, it'll probably be
does
like an
not
hour and
feel like
20
it,
minutes.
man. Time flies.
Bro, it does fly. And like I said, thank you so much for hopping on episode 8. We talked a lot, and like I said, man, we definitely have to get a lift in.
For sure.
I don't
Sooner
know
than
when you're
later, for
free,
sure.
but I could definitely clear my schedule up. Not this weekend, motherfucker,
Yeah.
because you were supposed to come to the Avenged Sevenfold concert with me, but you never got back to me. And that shit's on Sunday. I did buy my ticket though. I said, you wanna know
I'm
what?
sorry.
I love Ben Klein, but fuck that guy. I'm gonna buy my ticket regardless. I bought that shit.
Well, I was gonna say, I'll bring my tripod for training center too.
Might as well, yeah, fuck it. Let's shoot some content.
Oh man, it was great catching up, man.
Great catching up, man. I will talk to you soon. And like I said, let's get that lift in, man. But
Most definitely.
episode 8, and we're out of here.